Hello, 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 happy crafters. Have you ever thought of taking Dollar Tree Christmas trees and turning them into something else? Well, that's what I'm going to show you in today's video. I'm going to show you how to make a really unique and beautiful Christmas swag for your front door.
It all just goes away. The things I plan to say, oh baby.
Okay, so for this project, I'm going to use 2 Dollar Tree Christmas trees. These Christmas trees are kind of cute. They're pretty small though. I don't even know, maybe 2 feet tall, if that, maybe a foot tall. But they're pretty sparse if you're going to use them like a Christmas tree. And there's lots of videos showing you how you can really spruce these up. But I'm going to do something a little bit different, and we are going to make something not a Christmas tree. So I've got 2 of these Christmas trees, and I'm going to go ahead and open them up just so that they're laying flat. So I'm going to open all of the branches and have them still remain flat. Now, keeping the branches all flat like this is very important for the project. So even though I'm kind of tempted to spruce them up a little bit and make them a little bit fuller, my goal is to keep all of the branches flat. And just like that, we're on to the next step. So I've got this little palette that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to attach the Christmas trees to the palette with some hot glue. Now for my swag, I want it to kind of go at an angle, so I've got these going at about a 45-degree angle from each other. And then they're going to meet almost in the center of the palette. I did go ahead and do a little bit of extra hot glue because I really want to make sure that these trees are secure to the palette. And once they had time to set up and the glue to get hard, then I started adding different pieces of greenery. Now, these are some evergreen branches, I guess, that I did get on Amazon, and I will have links in the description box below in case you want to do something like this for yourself. But I cut the ends off the evergreen swag, and I just started filling them in onto each of the Christmas trees. Now this is going to give a little bit more depth to the trees so they won't look quite so flat. And I just worked my way down each of the Christmas trees, applying the evergreen branches at different intervals all the way down the tree. And the hot glue is really important because this is really going to make sure that these evergreen pieces are secured to the trees. And once I was finished with the first tree, then I made my way over to the second Christmas tree. And I just repeated the process of adding those different evergreen branches all the way down throughout the Christmas tree. And I think that is looking much better already. So now I have these fern fronds, I think that's what they're called, and I'm going to do the exact same process. So what I'm doing throughout this entire project is just taking remnants and green foliage pieces and attaching them to the trees. By adding all of these different shades of green and all of these different floral pieces, it's really going to make this swag look like it's multi-level. which in all honesty, it really is. But this is why I don't throw away any of my remnants from floral pieces and things that I've used from prior projects, because you never know when they will come in handy. And a lot of times the greenery stems, those things I don't use very often in my decorating projects. But for this project, those little extra odds and ends are exactly what you need. And I believe I got these fern pieces. They were actually like fern flowers. I got them from the Dollar Tree. And then this evergreen piece, I believe I got this at Hobby Lobby. And again, I'm just kind of tearing it apart, and I'm going to put all of those little greenery pieces on top of my Christmas trees. And if you've made it this far into my video, thank you so much for watching. I would be so honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Just click that subscribe button, and then if you click the bell notification, you'll get an alert every time I have a new video coming out. So go ahead, click the subscribe button and then click the bell notification so you can see all my new videos. All right, I have lots of that evergreen on the one Christmas tree, so I do need to duplicate that on the other Christmas tree as well. The whole idea is to keep these looking uniform. So whatever I'm doing on one Christmas tree, I'm going to repeat the same steps on the other one. And then I had these little eucalyptus pieces, and I'm just kind of piecing those in, just filling in some bare spots. Then I had these other remnants from some other flower pieces, and I'm going to use those as well. I really like how those add a little bit something extra to this project. Now I'm just using some little pine pieces that I actually separated, and these did come from the Dollar Tree. They do have larger ones that are available on Amazon, and again, I will leave a link in the description box for those too. So if you've been saving up all of your extra greenery, this would be a wonderful project for you to use those on. With all of those different levels that I've been adding, it really gives a lot of dimension to the project, and it doesn't look quite so fake, in my opinion. And I'm just about done with the Christmas trees, so I'm going to add in a few small pine cones. These pine cones actually came from Hobby Lobby. And I'm trying to keep the pine cones pretty much symmetrical, so if I'm going to add 5 to one of the trees, I'm going to add 5 to the other tree. And now I'm going to put in a stirrup. This is an English stirrup, and I got a couple sets of these stirrups from a tax sale, and I'm a horse person, so to me this is really going to be cute on my front door. So what I'm doing is, this is a remnant piece of material. It's kind of a woven material, and I cut it down to about 1.5 inches, and I place that in that top little slit in the stirrup. That's where stirrup leather would go. But this material is acting as my stirrup leather. So then I'm just going to use my hot glue gun and I'm going to secure that strip of material to the stirrup. I just fold the material back over on top of the glued portion. And then I'm going to secure it to the pallet. Now this is where you can kind of adjust the length of that material or the stirrup leather to get it to the length you would like it to be. Then I'm going to put a lot of hot glue on top of that pallet, and also I'm going to reinforce over top of those Christmas trees. Then I'm going to attach the material or my stirrup leather in between the two Christmas trees, and then the stirrup and that piece of material will hang down. And now I want to add in a bow, so you won't be able to see the separation between the two Christmas trees. So I have this large burlap ribbon. This is not wire-edged ribbon, it's just plain burlap. And I secured that in place. And then I did use my easy bow maker in a sense. I still don't know really how to use this wonderfully yet, but I did make a huge burlap bow. And then I cut off a remnant piece of the burlap to secure around the center so you can't see where I tied the center of the bow. And once I had it fluffed up a little bit, then I took my bow, then I secured that on top of the burlap tails that are already attached onto my swag. Now this did take a lot of glue as well, again, because I really want to make sure that this is secure and it's not going to come apart once I hang it up. And once my bow had time to dry, then I did take a few remnants from a glittery snowflake ornament. Actually, I think it was about 6 little snowflake glitter ornaments, and I just broke pieces off, and then I tucked random pieces of those little glitter ornaments onto my Christmas trees. Again, I wanted to keep it symmetrical, so I tried to have the same number of little snowflake pieces on each Christmas tree. Now, if you know anything about horses or English saddles, you know that stirrups come in pairs. So I have the matching pair to my stirrup, and I am going to put this one on the back side of my swag. So I repeated the same process with the material and secured it to that top portion of the stirrup. And once I had done that, I secured that piece of material to the back side of the wood pallet. Now I didn't secure all the way to the top because I do want to have a hanger for my swag. So I took a piece of jute twine and then I secured the remaining remnants of that material. So that will help to keep the hanger in place. And once I had that all in place, I did wait about 2 hours before hanging it. Oh my goodness, here is my Dollar Tree Christmas tree swag that I embellished a lot with a lot of leftover parts from other projects. I think this turned out beautifully. I'm so happy with this project. I love the stirrups. I think it definitely gives it a little something extra, along with that huge burlap bow. What do you think? Would you put something like this on your front door? It isn't your traditional Christmas wreath, but I do think it is beautiful. What do you think?